The Detroit Pistons are a professional basketball team based in Detroit, Michigan, with a long history dating back to 1941. Originally known as the Fort Wayne Zollner Pistons, the team was named after its owner, Fred Zollner, who owned the Piston Manufacturing Company in Fort Wayne, Indiana. The team was one of the founding members of the National Basketball Association (NBA) and played in the Eastern Division. In the early years, the Pistons struggled to find success on the court. They only made the playoffs once in their first 8 seasons and never made it past the first round. However, the team began to change in the 1950s. Led by stars such as George Yardley and Mel Hutchins, the Pistons made the playoffs 5 times in 6 seasons and even reached the NBA Finals in 1955. The Pistons remained a competitive team in the 1960s, making the playoffs 9 times in that decade. However, they were never able to get past the Eastern Division Finals. Despite this, the team had several notable players, such as Dave Nebuchadnezzar and Bailey Howell, who were named to the All-NBA First Team. The Pistons rose to prominence in the late 1960s and early 1970s, thanks to the acquisition of stars such as Dave Bing and Bob Lanier. In 1968, the team moved from Fort Wayne to Detroit and changed its name to the Detroit Pistons. The team made the playoffs in each of their first 6 seasons in Detroit and reached the NBA Finals in 1974. However, they were swept by the Boston Celtics in 4 games. The Pistons continued to be a dominant force in the NBA in the 1980s. Led by Hall of Famers Isiah Thomas and Joe Dumars, the team won 2 NBA championships in 1989 and 1990. The team also featured other key players, such as Bill Laimbeer and Dennis Rodman, who helped the Pistons become known as the Bad Boys for their physical style of play. The Pistons struggled in the 1990s, missing the playoffs in 5 of their 10 seasons. However, the team began to rebuild in the early 2000s, acquiring players such as Chauncey Billups and Richard Hamilton. In 2004, the Pistons reached the NBA Finals again, where they faced the Los Angeles Lakers. The Pistons won the series in 5 games and became NBA champions for the 3rd time. The Pistons remained a competitive team in the late 2000s and early 2010s, making the playoffs 8 times in 9 seasons. However, the team struggled to advance beyond the first round and underwent several changes in ownership and coaches. In 2014, the team moved from the Palace of Auburn Hills to the newly constructed Little Caesars Arena in downtown Detroit. Today, the Pistons remain a force in the NBA, with a roster full of young talent and a passionate fan base. The team has a rich history that includes 3 NBA championships, numerous conference and division titles, and some of the greatest players to ever grace the court. Looking to the future, the Pistons will continue to build on their storied past and strive for success on the court. Some of the most interesting words associated with the history of the Pistons are championship. The Pistons have won 3 NBA championships, in 1989, 1990 and 2004. Bad Boys. The Pistons teams of the late 80s were known for their physical style of play, earning them the nickname Bad Boys. Joe Dumars. Joe Dumars was a star player for the Pistons and was instrumental in their back-to-back championships in 1989 and 1990. He was later inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Isiah Thomas. Isiah Thomas was another key member of the Pistons championship teams, and was known for his leadership and playmaking ability. Chuck Daly. Chuck Daly was the head coach of the Pistons during their championship seasons, and was known for his ability to bring out the best in his players. The Palace. The Palace of Auburn Hills was the home stadium of the Pistons from 1988 to 2017. It was known for its loud and passionate fans, which helped create a formidable home field advantage for the Pistons. Rasheed Wallace. Rasheed Wallace was a key member of the Pistons' 2004 championship team, and was known for his scoring and rebounding ability. Ben Wallace. Ben Wallace was a dominant force on the Pistons teams of the early 2000s, winning the NBA Defensive Player of the Year award 4 times. Grant Hill. Grant Hill was a star player for the Pistons in the 1990s, and was known for his skill and athleticism. Bob Lanier. Bob Lanier was a dominant center for the Pistons in the 1970s and 1980s, known for his scoring and rebounding ability. Bill Laimbeer. Bill Laimbeer was a key member of the Pistons championship teams, and was known for his physical style of play and his ability to get under the opponent's skin. Chauncey Billups. Chauncey Billups was a key member of the Pistons' 2004 championship team, and was known for his leadership and shooting ability. Rick Modern was another physical player for the Pistons, known for his tough defense and rebounding ability. Dennis Rodman was a key member of the Pistons' championship teams, and was known for his defense and rebounding. He later entered the Basketball Hall of Fame. Jerry Stackhouse was a scoring machine for the Pistons in the 1990s and early 2000s, and was known for his ability to create his own shot. These are just a few of the many interesting words associated with the history of the Pistons. The team has had a long history, with many great players and memorable moments. Whether you're a lifelong fan or new to the Pistons, there's a lot to discover about this historic franchise.